Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. I hope you're doing great today. Let's see what's going on for the collective. This is a reading for the collective, so just take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. Maybe not all the messages are for you, but if you feel a little resonance, that's your intuition saying, hey, that's a message for me. So today in Pathfinders, we're going to start our journey this year to harness, embrace, feel, understand, and live in our intuition. If you want to really understand your own intuition and how to work with it, there's a link below. Come on, join on Pathfinders. Let's check it out. All right. Let's see what's going on here for the collective. Okay. Desert Passage, trust that there's a divine plan. Embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. I like that. And great adventure, take a risk, venture forward. So, I was just listening to a teacher that I really like, Robert Ohado. He's fantastic. I love him. I think he's spot on. And he was saying, what is your relationship to uncertainty, to the unknown? And we don't have to like it, but if there's a burying of one's head in the sand around the unknown, and you see yourself maybe not embracing that truth as an objective truth, that there is uncertainty in this world because there are people making choices every day, all day long, and that changes timelines, that changes everything. So the more you can be cool with that, Age of Aquarius, the more you can be cool with that, the better off you're going to be. And part of this is empowerment. How are you stepping into your own power? And you're not empowered if you are rejecting the notion that there is uncertainty, that there can be 25,000 different answers to the same question now. The Age of Aquarius is giving us that. And if we're thinking of it's a binary choice, this or that, the empowerment lies in the fact that there's 100 choices in between. And so that's one of the messages with this great adventure, that if everything is planned out, think about a vacation. It can be a great adventure. If everything is planned out to the very last second, is there room? Is there room for adventure? Or is that what adventure is to you? That everything is planned out so I can be free, right? I can be free to just experience and embrace the moment. I don't have to be worried that things aren't planned out for the next day. Now, could you, if you're like that, if you love that, could you do the opposite, where you go on vacation and nothing is planned? I know families who are terrified of silence. And silence can be a lot of things. It can be no talking, right? Driving in a car with someone and not talking for an hour. Can you do that? Do you feel like you're going to jump out of your skin if that happens? Certain people you might feel that way with, other people you may not. You have to feel like you have to fill the air. So in order to co-create with the universe, there is a divine plan, but we're only co-creating when we're empowered to embrace the unknown, the uncertainty of things. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Hierophant. This Hierophant is, I am dictating the plan. Okay, this is Taurus energy. I am dictating the plan. And the Queen of Pentacles is very comfortable with that. The Queen of Pentacles likes certainty. And the Queen of Swords is more like wait and see. This is more Aquarian energy, Age of Aquarius energy. Now, there is this 3 of Swords and 5 of Swords. So there's a history of feeling like, well, if I don't have it planned out, then things go sideways and I'm going to get hurt. If I don't have a known quantity of plans or stuff at my disposal, money, access to resources, whatever, then I'm going to spin out of control, or the world is going to spin out of control, or things will explode. Or what is the fear? What is the fear? And the more you can kind of like know what your fear is around that, because we all have it. Okay, face it. Nobody likes nobody likes truly nobody likes uncertainty. We make friends with it. We understand it. We experience it, and we move through it, right? Be like water moving around a stone, instead of like, oh, there's a stone in the way, not going to move, right? There's a sense here of neither this nor that, right? There's 100 options in the middle. So some of you are looking through the lens of past hurts, past manipulations, the time in the past when you got skewered because you didn't know the answer, the time in the past when you got manipulated because you were living in hope and not wanting to see that there was an uncertainty about something. And 10 of Wands is when we go to the other extreme, when we try to control everything. Okay, so there's like a lot in the middle. There's a lot in the middle there. Moon, very much about uncertainty. The Judgment card. 5 of Cups. Afraid I'm going to get hurt. What if the twin flame connection doesn't come back to connect? What if that doesn't happen for you? What if you don't get that job? What if you do get called out for something you said about a friend? Right? What if? And that's where anxiety is born, because we try to plan and control the unknown. Like, what am I going to do if this happens? Now, this is based in a childhood of, I don't know what I'm going to get. Family dysfunction or dysfunction in any group can be identified. The scale of it can be identified. How strongly do you feel that if you do a thing, you never know what you're going to get? So it could be the same thing each time, right? I come in and say hello, and every single day I get something different. I don't get someone saying hello back to me. I get something thrown at me. I get icy silence. I get kiss, 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 kiss. Every single day it's different. And if you grew up in that, then you're much more prone to this hatred of the unknown, because it really signals a lot of dysfunction and mental illness for you. And so that's a good thing to be aware of, because you can work with that. You can embrace that. And you can understand your own lens. Instead of you preparing every time you walk into that house to accept whatever comes in, you can use that awareness as a way of saying, aha, this is dysfunctional. This is not something I want in my life. First of all, I'm going to have a conversation, and I'm going to give it some time, and we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't change, I'm out. Generally, if there's one dysfunction, there's a lot like that. Okay? So you use it, not to be ashamed of it. We all have stuff in our lives that we made adaptive patterns in our lives to compensate for stuff. We all do it. There's no such thing as 100% mentally healthy family unit. It doesn't exist. Truly. The more you can understand your own patterns, the more empowered you'll be. Because if you're always going into a relationship thinking someone's going to cheat on you, then you got to turn it around and look at, why do I want to repeat this pattern? Really? My fault? We're not blaming anybody. No blaming the victim. This is about awareness. This is about aha moments. If you stop yourself from asking yourself that question because it's victim blaming, then you're never going to get aware to your own patterns. You're never going to understand yourself. You're never going to, that's what analysis is. That's what therapy is. It is about going deep into your own patterns. And you have to acknowledge them to do that. Seven of Wands. This is like rejecting anything that is uncertain, right? And we have this certainty, which doesn't exist. That's a myth. That's a myth. To want the world to go back to a mythical place that was sort of in the parlance of anybody who wants to go backwards in time, that it was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. That's not true. It's not true. So this Hierophant energy is about the purity test given to, hindsight is that gauzy thing, and that is certainty because it is something that happened at one time. We can put a circle around it. No one's making any more, you're making decisions in the present about it, about how you want to live your life in the future, for sure. But if you're going back into that moment, you're still you. And you have other experiences that happen between then and now. So this is definitely about how are you manifesting. If you're co-creating from a place of disempowerment, then you're just like, life is just coming at you. Life is just happening to you, right? Life is just happening to you. The future here, the Temperance card, the Five of Cups, the Temperance card. This is about grace and prayer and access to the divine, co-creating with the divine. Divine's in you, not some sky person. Okay? Divine's in you. And that is a massive shift from where we have been even 100 years ago. That awareness. Pretty common now. We all kind of talk about it here on YouTube. But 100 years ago, that's a heretical thought. And even today, it's heretical to some people because they want to be certain. Okay? Four of Pentacles, Tower, King of Swords. All right. So I love the Aquarian energy of the King of Swords next to this Tower, because when we're holding on and resisting anything that is uncertain and we feel like we can't handle it, the way to handle it is not to resist, stick your head in the sand, all of that. It's to kind of look at it in the face. Don't we talk about that on this channel all the time? Like, look the monster in the face. Those are the ones who survive Friday the 13th and Halloween movies. They look the monster in the face. Look at that genre of movie and see who the heroes are. Because what we're really talking about, and after like that whole time period, Jamie Lee Curtis and Halloween and everything like that, I stopped watching because they became really disgusting, right? Really gory. But like the original, go back to that time where there was more of a story, okay? And you can look at that and see how that hero in that movie was the one who was willing to look at the monster. And that's all we're doing here, is when we're aware of our own patterns, when we're aware of our fear or hesitation or resistance to things being sure, you being sure of things. When we have resistance to that, that becomes the monster and it envelops us. But if you're embracing the unknown and you're like, yep, there's unknown. It's not about like, hey, stick a butter on everything and it just, do whatever and caution to the wind and all of that. It's not really co-creating. That's abdicating. It's abdicating. So this Aquarian energy is about us embracing change, transformation, experiencing things, seeing things in the world and saying, how can I be co-creating with what I want to put into the world, my light. I talked about the lighthouse when I first started this channel, be the lighthouse, not the storm. I talked about that 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And what that means is lighthouses stand outside in the storm. They don't run away. They don't go anywhere. They stand on that beach because that's the time we need them. We don't really need them on a sunny day. You don't really need a lighthouse on a sunny day when everybody can see, right? You need a lighthouse during the storm. And that is what you guys are here to do. Be the lighthouse, not the storm. So sometimes this 5 of Cups happens. So we have 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords. Let's get into the tarot more. That was my little preamble, preamble. The 5 of Cups here, what is showing up when we embrace this? Hermit, Sun, 10 of Pentacles, Empress. So we're willing to embrace what's going on in our lives. Let's bring it down from the macro kind of into the micro level of the story here. And the thing that we're willing to see, right? The full moon, we just had a full moon in Leo. What are we willing to see? We're willing to see the crossroads, willing to see the next choice. And we make the choice based on the wisdom of our past, based on there's a probability if I open my heart to love, if I open up to that opportunity, there's a possibility that it won't go the way I am envisioning it. But what I'm doing instead of hiding myself is saying, okay, here's the energies. I'm going to give it my best shot. I am going to shine my light and I am going to do the thing that I want to do. And we'll see what comes of it. The unknown, right? We'll see what comes of it. If you're like, this is exactly what I want to come of it. Okay, fine. But that or something better. When we were talking about manifesting, I think it was 2 years ago, one of the things I encourage everybody to do is when you're manifesting from a place of awareness, from a place of openness to the possibilities, you add this or something better. I want to manifest, I don't know, the love of my life. That or something better. Okay, really? The love of your life? What's better than that? Well, if your brain can't really identify what that is, you're plugging into the possibilities of the unknown. And that is going to bring in miracles. That brings in miracles. Because what we're doing is we're not burying our head in the sand. We're not trying to control the energies of the universe. But we're saying, hey, we're working with you. I'm working with you. I'm here to be that light. I am here to bring in my soul contracts, bring in what's necessary, bring in the love of my life, bring in abundance, that or something better. That manifests miracles. That manifests miracles. We've got the Empress card here. We've got Virgo. We've got Leo. We've got Libra and Taurus. So the Taurus energy moves from this kind of controlling thing. That's the lower vibe of Taurus. Like, I'm afraid of the unknown, so I want to control everything, into the higher vibe of Taurus, which is about love, which is about Venus energy, which is about nurturing and kindness and generosity and divine feminine. That's the higher vibe of Taurus. Safety and security in a way that allows for change. So what you're doing here is you're embracing the Taurus-Scorpio axis. There is no safety without risk. Okay, there is no such thing as safety without risk. If you didn't risk to go for that job, would you have the security of the paycheck? Well, we can say the paycheck may not be secure. That's fine. But would you ever have that level of abundance if you didn't risk to go for it? Manifesting requires action. It is not something that, I feel like when I first learned about The Secret and a lot of people were talking about it, it felt like people were saying, yeah, just sit on the couch and think good thoughts, feel good feelings. And I experienced a level of a parade of narcissistic partners because I was shining my light and everything like that. I'm like, oh, I'm being punished for shining my light. Why is that happening? Nope. Those people seek out the light. You just have to be trusting of yourself enough to see it. You've got to be able to see it. And whoop, sidestep that. Oof, dodge that bullet. You're the one that gets to make the choice. But those people are always going to seek out the light. You know, when we talk about like attracts like, for a long time there, I was kind of like, well, am I a narcissist? Because I'm attracting in all these narcissists. No, a narcissist would never ask themselves that question. Narcissists are not self-reflective, okay? So if you're asking yourself these questions, then good on you. If you're saying, why is this not showing up for me? I'm manifesting my brains out. Why is this not showing up for me? Do you trust that you take steps into the unknown, into the uncertainty? That or something better? Do you trust yourself to make a good choice? Do you trust yourself to take action? And that brings in the unknown. If no, then that's one of the reasons. So this is about manifesting from a place of the unknown. And Seven of Wands, the lower vibe of Seven of Wands is resistance, right? No, get away from here. Back, 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 back. The higher vibe of the Seven of Wands is boundaries. So manifest the love of your life and then go, you're not it. You're not it. You might be it. I'll try that on for a little while and see how that works. It's the unknown. Okay. Now, Archangel Michael is on the case. Do your praying, do your worship, do your connecting, do your asking, commune, do it. But then don't be surprised if things start happening. And towers can start happening. It's not all about us being super resistant. Some things are out of our control. Some things are out of our control. We can only control our response to it. So this tower here, tower energy. Awesome. This is the star. This is Aquarian healing. That's Aquarius. Queen of Wands, the Death card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Pentacles. If you want to create big change in your life, there's usually some chapter of chaos that comes before it. Things don't usually go from ease to ease without some level of upheaval in the middle. The more you can embrace the unknown and tell the universe that or something better, the better off you're going to be. The more you will advance, the quicker you will advance, the quicker you'll be able to manifest. So I'm going to go into this a little bit deeper. Pathfinders, if you want to come with me, I'm going to look at this reading, talk more about it, and let's pull some cards for each zodiac sign and see where we go. All right, link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. Pathfinders, let's just keep on going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.